How about now?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, and there it is. There's that sound. You know what that means? We are moments away from another evening of high school basketball right here live on 810 Varsity and also the NFHS Network. 2 streams for the price of 1, I guess it is, or something like that. Well, friends, tonight we have the semifinals. The first game just moments away. The Ravens of Olathe Northwest and the Timberwolves of Blue Valley Southwest are going to square off for a chance to play for a little championship hardware Saturday afternoon right here at DeSoto High. Part of the Hardwood Classic, brought to you by Great. I think it's Great American Bank, the underwriters of this great tournament. Glad to be out here again this year. Well, both teams, they come in with perfect records so far this season. They each won their first round games here at the Great American Bank Hardwood Classic. So, in the second game to tip off somewhere around 8 o'clock, the hometown Wildcats of DeSoto High will face the upstart Bison of Shawnee Mission North. Both of these games going to be right here on the 810 Varsity and the all-you-can-watch buffet that is the NFHS Network. Friends, you have a front row seat for all the semifinal action tonight, as well as the consolation and championship games on Saturday, right here on the dual stream, the dose, if you will. 810 Varsity and NFHS Network. We'll be right back with tip-off from DeSoto next.
Biscuits and taquitos and breakfast on a bun. Those are just a few of the things you can make a part of your morning routine at Whataburger. Then again, with so many choices, you could make a routine of not having a routine. But would not having a routine still be a routine? Chew on that for a while. Whataburger breakfast, just like you like it.
Got about a minute and 20 seconds from introductions here in beautiful DeSoto, Kansas at the Hardwood Classic. First, I'm going to tell you about the Ravens from Olathe Northwest. I want to tell you that number 1 is going to be worn by Logan Burnett, a 6'1" senior. How about Caden Campbell, also a senior, 6'1", wearing the number 2. Quentin Lewis wears the number 3. He's a 5'10" junior. Corin Conrad, he's a junior at 6 foot, wears the number 5. In double digits, that's Gavin Popick wearing the 1-0. He's also a sophomore, coming in at 6'1", Daryl Jean, 6'1" junior. Also wearing the number 11. Merrick Griner, getting it done on the football field as well as a Hardwood. Merrick Griner's going to wear the number 12. He's a 6'2" junior. Mason Schlitterhard, 6 foot junior, wears the number 20 for the Ravens. Amari Johnson, 6'1" senior, wearing the number 24. Wearing number 32 is Nick Waters. He is going to be the tallest Raven playing for Olathe Northwest here this evening at 6'3". He's only a junior. For the Timberwolves of Blue Valley Southwest. Friends, if you follow any sort of high school athletics in the Kansas City area, you're going to be familiar with a lot of these names because they're getting it done, whether it's on the baseball field, the football gridiron, or the hardwood. We're going to start out with 0. That is Eli Mick, a 6-foot sophomore. Tate Everhard, this just in, I think he just scored another touchdown against DeSoto 2 years ago. He's a senior wearing number 1. Jackson Bazinski, he's a 6-foot senior wearing the number 2. How about Alex Parks? Talk about athleticism. We're going to see that on display tonight. He's only 5'9", but he plays like he's about 6'9". He is a senior wearing number 4. Baylor Rank, he's a 6-foot junior. Joshua, I beg your pardon. Arterbum, he is a 5'9" junior wearing the number 12. Dylan Dunn, 6'5" senior, Simone Award winner on the football gridiron. We're going to see him and his exploits tonight as well as Saturday. Cooper Reeves, number 14, 6'3" senior. Cade Holmes, also a 6'3" senior, wearing number 15. Wesley Abraham, 6'2" junior. I beg your pardon, Wesley, he's only a sophomore. He's a second-year sophomore. Jackson Reddy, number 23. He's a 6'1" senior. Emmett Peters, 6'3" senior, wearing the number 25. And Brooks Carlisle, rounding out the Timberwolf roster. He is a 6'2" junior. And the introductions are taking place right now for both squads, which means that we are moments away from tip-off here at the Hardwood Classic. Appreciate you taking some of your Thursday evening on this beautiful Thursday evening. 59 degrees outside here in beautiful DeSoto, but it is warming up in here. This will be the third game of the day. We just watched Lafayette and Topeka High. That went down to the final minute. Topeka High come out victorious. And we're going to see number 13, Dylan Dunn, standing at midcourt, getting ready to tip off for Blue Valley Southwest. And on the other side, number 12, how about this, quarterback, Merrick Greinert, in to do the tipping honors for the Ravens. Friends, we're underway. Opening tip goes to Blue Valley Southwest are wearing their road green silver numbers, which means, of course, that Olathe Northwest is going to be wearing the home whites, the blue trim. Going from left to right now in the first quarter of the Ravens. After the missed shot, Ravens with an opportunity to break the ice, and they do. Merrick Greinert, he's got 3. And so do the Ravens early on here in the first quarter. Greinert had an impressive first game and a quick turnover forced against the T-Wolves. It's going to give the Ravens another opportunity. Looking at this Raven roster, they don't come in with a lot of height. But in looking at them on film from the first game and some of their other practices and camps that they've been a part of, they certainly try to make up at athleticism. We're seeing that here early on. Just underway, 3-0 score in favor of the Ravens. Coming back the other way, that's Parks, and he can dish it. That's Alex Parks, 5'9" senior. Parks is a type of player on the hard court as well as the gridiron. He always seems to be around where the play's taking place. He's just one of those natural athletes, kind of that fast twitch, if you will. Dangerous pass, and there's Parks saving it for the T-Wolves. Going to set it back up top. Tate Everhard kicking it out left side. Dylan Dunn off the side iron. Going to go back the other way. Here come the Ravens. Up by 3, 6.5 left in the first quarter. Pops it back up, top of the key, down to the left side. Baseline drive, beautiful look. Kicks it back up top. This Raven team fundamentally sound early on. Like to pass the ball. Of course, no shot clock yet. High school athletics here in Kansas. A lot of rumblings that perhaps we will see one within a couple of years. Time will tell, as it does with most things. Here's Parks bringing it up for the T-Wolves. Trips over his own. I think the court monster kind of reached out and grabbed him. Ravens looking for a travel, but he did reset his dribble, and there's a nice look inside. Fed Dylan Dunn. Dunn puts it up and in. He's got 2. 1 point advantage for the Ravens. And good hustle, good defense. Pressure applied by Jackson Bazinski. Coming back the other way, there's the Ravens, and there is a +1. That was Logan Burnett. Logan Burnett used all of his frame. He's only 6'1", folks, but his wingspan, it looked like more like about 7 feet wide on that play. He had to stretch out to keep that ball away from the defender. To the line, trying to get 3 the old-fashioned way, and he does. Logan Burnett with 3. Merrick Griner with 3. Counting for all 6 points for the Ravens. Long 3, in and out. Rebound. Caden Campbell going to bring it up. He's not wasting any time. A little dribble drive, penetration. He wanted to take it up all the way himself. Had a couple of teammates on the wings that would have liked to have that rock. But a fortuitous bounce and rebound for Southwest. And again, they cannot get that one to go. Emmett Peters had a good look. Kind of a little jump hook off the glass. Didn't go. 6-2, 5 to play here in period number 1. First of 2 semifinal games at the Hardwood Classic. Watching it, and there's a tough shot underneath. 6'1", going up against 6'3". Gonna go to the line is Mason Schlitterhart, an impressive young man he is. Now he's getting a lot of looks. Multi-sport athlete. Possibly to play a little bit on Saturdays. Can't get the first one to go. Couple of substitutions. Jackson Reddy enters the game. Here's Mason at the line. Makes 1 of 2. Ravens have a 5-point spread, 7-2. Less than 5 to play here in the first. Here's Dunn, gets it up court, a little bit errant. You don't see him pass off the mark too many times, friends. But that one he did. Kind of some opening minute jitters here, but I can tell you this, the Ravens right now looking strong, up by 5 over the T-Wolves, and you're watching it live only on the FHS Network and A10varsity.com. We'll be right back.
Jack Stack carryout comes in clutch.
.439 left in the first, 7-2, Raven advantage. Top of the key. Good defensive pressure by by Jackson Reddy. And that contributed to what they're going to call as a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Olathe Northwest. But a good job by Dylan Dunn to get in there and mix it up. Throwing it in is Logan Burnett for Northwest. Gets it up to Mason. Reinert, little miscommunication, but boy, look at Parks go. Coast to coast, follow trailer up and in. Tate Everhart. Call him the helicopter. He just kind of floated in air there for what seemed like about 4 seconds. Right place, right time, cleaning up the mess, and there's Parks fighting for the ball. Still staying on him, and you knew that was coming. Parks sometimes might get just a skosh aggressive. Technical basketball term, skosh. Got that term from Our great camera operators here. High atop the Hardwood at DeSoto High. Darren Kilo. We got Dos Kilos here tonight running the camera. Always appreciate their great help. USD 232 students. Into the game now is Amari Johnson. Underneath again, Gavin Popick. He's playing like he's Alonzo Mourning inside. Back up top, done for three. A little bit kind of shorthanded that one. Rebound, going to the Timberwolves. Parks, right side. Alex Parks. First bucket of the game, coming at a perfect time for the T-Wolves. All tied up at 7. Here's Popick trying to take it all the way himself again. Thought better of it. Kicks it back up top. Popick, right corner. Long three, off bounce. That's Burnett. Tough shot, but an offensive rebound. Popick's going to slow it down. Is he? He sees a baseline. He's going to go up strong. He is a tough player. Tries to draw the foul. Gavin Popick, he's only a sophomore, folks. Be fun to watch as he develops. Off the glass, up and in. Tate Everhart, he's got 4. And for the first time tonight, the T-Wolves have a lead. 9-7, 2:43, 2:42 left in the first. Picking them up at half court, but here's Burnett. Gets a screen, rolls off, back up top to Popick. Fairly balanced here so far, but right now on a 7-0 run, almost a 9-0 run, but a 7-0 run by the T-Wolves. Coming back the other way, Amari Johnson. Long Euro step, up and in. He's so smooth, the 6'1" senior. All tied up at 9. Just over 2 to play. Dylan Dunn, no foul. Just a little incidental contact. He thought about popping the 3. He has one already from that spot. Thought better of it. Here's Jackson ready. Gets it over to Jackson Bozinski. There's Parks. You know he's going to pop it. Most of the time those are going to go a little bit off the mark. That was an awful close potential over in the back. To look at that on replay. Eric Greinert playing a little bit of catch out at midcourt. Dunn back in the left corner. Going to bring it back up top. They're going to reset. Jackson Bozinski, number 2. He had 31 points in the opening round game a couple of nights ago against J.C. Harmon. 113, 112 left in the first. Gavin Popick being guarded by Parks. Popick trying to make his own shot again. He's done that several times. Baseline going up against big Dylan Dunn, and that was quarterback on quarterback crime. 59.8 seconds left, and we've got a 1, 2, 3. My goodness, half the roster coming in for both squads. Trying to give the starting 5 for each roster a little bit of breather here in the waning moments of quarter number 1. Throwing it in is number 3. That's Quentin Lewis. Looking for a little bit of help. A little bounce pass. That was trouble. Underneath. Rebound's got to go to the T-Wolves. Here's Parks. Parks across half court. Looks like he wants to take it. How about that? Glide step in. He can't get it to go. Good looks on a lot of those chances for Alex Parks. If some of those goes, I think he has about 42 points already here in the first quarter. Quentin Lewis being guarded by Parks. Parks saying welcome to the game, number 3. Lewis with that quick first step. Tries to get it back up top to Daryl Jean. Inside again, here's Parks. Just need to get him on replay. Up and off the glass is good. Kate Holmes. Kate Holmes, the 6'3" senior. Puts the T-Wolves back up 11-9. Less than 10 to go here in quarter number 1. Dribble drive, tries to pass it down to the baseline. That's going to be no. Oh, great hustle. 2 seconds, 1 second, long ball, not going to make it. Eli Mick had the right idea, just not enough mustard on it. And 11-9 is where we're going to leave it after quarter number 1 here in DeSoto between the Ravens of Olathe Northwest and the T-Wolves of Blue Valley Southwest. The battle of the directions here at the Hardwood Classic at DeSoto High School. And we'll be back right after this.
Coach here has always been a bacon and cheese Whataburger add jalapenos guy. Until now, because he just met Whataburger's Southern Bacon Double. Fresh beef patties, Monterey Jack and American cheese topped with crispy bacon, crunchy slaw, and a tangy Southern-style sauce. That's what we call an edible audible. Good call, Coach. The limited-time Southern Bacon Double from Whataburger. Just like you.
What do you got for me? 9-11. Would you write that? Oh, nice. Quarter number 1 is in the books. Timberwolves up by 2 over the Ravens. Possession arrow points the way of the Timberwolves. Kate Holmes here on the near side at half court waits for the orange spherical object from the official. Great crew here tonight. Seen him many times over the years. And right between the legs, Dylan Dunn, a little bit loose with the grip. Can't hold on to it. Call a foul. Let's see who they get that one on. Huh? No, I beg your pardon. That is going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Ravens. First quarter scoring, Tate Everhard leads all scorers with 4. Off of 2 for 2. Daryl Jean, it's in the scoring column as well. Daryl Jean makes it all tied up at 11. Good defense results in a turnover forced by the Ravens. Walking it up is going to be Quentin Lewis. Coach David Gonzalez electing to go with some of his second stringers. Love to see that, getting them some very valuable minutes, especially the underclassmen. Good ball movement, nice screen. Little roll, and that was a beautiful look underneath. Well done, number 11, Daryl Jean. Tries to feed it, threading the needle. Can't quite complete the transaction. But they're going to draw a foul on Mr. Everhard. First name Tate. That's only his first of the game. Here's Amari Johnson. A little between the legs, a little give and go. Well, thought it might be. We're going to reset this. Daryl Jean's going to hand it out to Quentin Lewis, say, hey, I just hit that proverbial reset button. That might have been an extra step. Quentin Lewis kind of knew it as soon as he stopped. Well, I beg your pardon. Before he landed that extra step, they're going to get a foul. That one is going to be on Eli Mick. Eli Mick only with 1. That is the third team foul against these aggressive T-Wolves. Nice drive into the lane, up and in. Made that one look easy, did Logan Burnett. And Burnett's got 5 to lead all scorers. Going the other way. How about that hustle, Eli Mick? The sophomore sensation with his first bucket of the game ties it back up at 13. 6.5 to play before half. Daryl Jean, 6'1". I don't know if that's right. That 6'1" frame of his, looking at his legs, he's going to be about 7'3" by the time he's done growing. Kicks it out left wing, no good. Offensive rebound, Quentin Lewis. And here come the Timberwolves. Kicking it out, sets up, that's Kate Holmes. And he is perfect from the field. Kate Holmes has 4. T-Wolves have 15, Ravens 13. Quentin Lewis. 5'10" junior. Not exactly a sharp pass, but a fantastic effort. Great hustle going back the other way. Here's Eli Mick. Turn around, looking for a little bit of help. He's got it right on the near side. And they're going to get, I want to say Quentin Lewis. Not Quentin Lucas, not the mayor of Kansas City. I can assure you he's not out here. Well, that is Amari Johnson. Beg your pardon, Quentin Lewis and family. There's Ted Everhard. And he cannot get the lid to break off the basket. Ted Everhard has 4, but he's had some great looks. Nice block underneath by Everhard. Stays in possession of the Ravens. Greinert, Merrick back into the game. Nice look underneath. Mason Schlitterhard with the points, but credit Merrick Greinert with the assist. That was smooth. Dunn to Everhard. Dunn calling out the play like he does on the gridiron. Bozinski underneath to Dylan Dunn. Dunn has 4. T-Wolves have 17, Ravens 15, 4.5 to play here in quarter number 2. Logan Burnett, left side, turns around, looks for a little help up top. Gavin Popick pops it from the top. Don't know if he called it, but it banked in. Gavin Popick, first bucket of the game, gives the Ravens a 1-point advantage. 4:19, 4:18. Left before half. Scrum down in the left corner. And they are going to get Mr. Everhard. And he plays so hard, he really does. He has just been a treat to watch over the years. Multi-sports standout. As so many of the players that we're going to see here tonight and throughout the week here. To Soto's Hardwood Classic. Always one of the best tournaments around. Glad we're able to bring you the dose coverage here on A10 Varsity and the all-you-can-watch buffet that is at FHS Network. Logan Burnett walks it up. Popick into the lane, thought better of it. Gets it to Greinert, baseline, short corner shot, no good. And I think they're going to get Everhard for foul. Not sure if that's foul number 3 or is that... No, beg your pardon, that is Jackson Basinski. That is only his first. 4 team fouls now on the T-Wolves. Half of quarter number 2 is in the books. Less than 4 to go. 18-17, Ravens by 1. Basinski drives, creates space. Parks creates points. That's Alex Parks from the right corner. And Alex Parks has 6. All off 3-pointers. Using that arm out there a little bit, Logan Burnett is not afraid to square up. Long pass. And Kate Holmes said, hey, how about a foul? And he's going to get one. A little bit of a push, a little nudge. They're going to get Caden Campbell on the offense. That's going to be his second. See if Coach Gonzalez decides to set him for the rest of this 3:29 in quarter number 2. Long 3 by Bozinski, and he's got the range. And that is his first bucket of the game. Despite having 31 on Tuesday, he's got a couple so far. T-Wolves up by 5, 23-18, 3:14. It's pie time here in quarter number 2. Logan Burnett waits for the screen, drives to his right. Baseline is Popick. Pops it in the lane, and another 2 for Gavin Popick. He's got 5. Here's Parks. Some players just have a natural ability to make it look like the game slows down for him. Alex Parks is one of those. He's just so dang fast. He's just so quick. He's slithery. He's like a snake. The sneaky snake. Shout out Tom T. Hall. Oh, good look underneath. Popick. Assist by Popick. He should really get half the points on that one. Great look. Makes it 23-22. 1-point spread for the T-Wolves. 2:22 left before halftime. Bonzinski looking for a little help. Double teamed. He's got help underneath. Off the baseline. Can't get it to fall, but he's going to go to the stripe. Shooting 2. And his team up by 1 with 2:13 to go. That is Popick's first foul of the game. Now both squads have 4 team fouls apiece. First shot is up by Jackson Reddy. Doesn't quite have enough English. Despite the body, kind of that body encouragement. Same thing. Circles the drain, doesn't go down, comes back up. Like my third wife spaghetti. 23-22. T-Wolves up by 1. Ravens responsible for the last 7 of 9 points. How about 9? Going to the line. Certainly impressed with all these young student athletes here, but popping off so far is Gavin Popick. He's got 7. If he makes this, quick math tells me he's going to have 8. Hayden Kilo nods into the affirmative, and he's only got 7. He misses that one. 24-23. Ravens up by 1. 145, 144 left here before half. There's Kate Holmes. Kicks it out to Parks. A little bit short. Great hustle underneath. That was Joshua Arterbum. But credit Arterbum and his hustle to keep that play alive for the T-Wolves. Going back the other way. There is some more hustle. Up and in. So easy, Kate Holmes. Kate Holmes now with 6. 27-24. Biggest lead of this contest for Southwest. Just over a minute to play before halftime. Burnett lets it go, sets a screen, puts it underneath. They can't quite get it to go, but Caden Campbell is going to go to the line shooting 2. Foul's going to be called on Joshua Arterbum. Joshua's a 5'9" junior. Here's Caden Campbell at the line. He's going to be shooting 2. First one is up. No good. The Ravens have missed their last 3 free throws in a row. Neither team has really got on too much of a roll. Been fairly balanced so far. A couple of 6-0 runs, one 7-0 run by Southwest. 25-27 after that one goes. Under a minute here in quarter number 2. Here's Eli Mick throwing it in. Kate Holmes, just shy half court, gets it over to Parks. Dangerous throw. Parks comes up with it. And that is Mason Schlitterhard. He is, unfortunately for him, the recipient of a foul. Well, quite frankly, that's just a couple of guys going hard, trying to make a play for their team. Sure, both coaches wouldn't be upset watching that play on film. Parks, he's got 7. 28-25, 51. Seconds even left in quarter number 2. Off the back iron, rebound, Amari Johnson. Logan Burnett walks it up. Being pressured hard by Eli Mick. Tries to breeze right by him into the lane, and unfortunately for Daryl Jean, kind of lost his footing. Kind of flat tire right in the lane. T-Wolves up by 3 right now, looking to extend that lead before halftime. Jackson Bozinski's going to back it out. Says, we are going to play for the last shot. Coach R.J. Palmgren over on the far side, shouting out some instructions. R.J. Palmgren doing a great job. Place of Coach Dustin Lechner. More on Coach Lechner a little bit later in the broadcast. Good look at the basket and an even better rebound. Eli Mick, that's all hustle. 2 points on the board for Mick. And a 5-point spread for the T-Wolves at halftime, 30-25. We'll be back in about 8 minutes with a first half recap. You're watching it live on the Dose. 810 Varsity and the all-you-can-watch buffet that is NFHS Network. My name's Sean Brewer. We'll be right back. lovely DeSoto right after this.
Biscuits and taquitos and breakfast on a bun. Those are just a few of the things you can make a part of your morning routine at Whataburger. Then again, with so many choices, you could make a routine of not having a routine. But would not having a routine still be a routine? Chew on that for a while. Whataburger breakfast, just like you like it. Coach here has always been a bacon and cheese Whataburger add jalapenos guy. Until now, because he just met Whataburger's Southern Bacon Double. Fresh beef patties, Monterey Jack and American cheese topped with crispy bacon, crunchy slaw, and a tangy Southern-style sauce. That's what we call an edible audible. Good call, Coach. The limited-time Southern Bacon Double from Whataburger. Just like you like it. biscuits and taquitos and breakfast on a bun. Those are just a few of the things you can make a part of your morning routine at Whataburger. Then again, with so many choices, you could make a routine of not having a routine. But would not having a routine still be a routine? Chew on that for a while. Whataburger breakfast, just like you like it.
And we are back. 2 quarters in the books. We got 2 more. Maybe a little bonus time as well, the way things are going so far. Here at the Hardwood Classic in beautiful DeSoto, Kansas. 30-25 is our score. Blue Valley Southwest up by 5 over Olathe Northwest. Scoring update after 2 quarters of play. First for the Ravens. Leading all Raven scores, Gavin Popick, the 6'1" sophomore. He has been sensational for the Ravens. He's got 7. Logan Burnett, he's got 5. Caden Campbell with 1. Daryl Jean with 2. Merrick Greinert with 3. Mason Schlitterhard with 5. And Amari Johnson with 2. And Mr. Kegley also with 2 points. For the Timberwolves, Eli Mick was 6. Tate Everhard with 6. Eli Mick with a bucket. Jackson Bozinski, he's only got 3, despite having 31 on Tuesday. Look for him to heat up in quarters 3 and 4. Alex Parks got 7 points, but a lot of good looks at the basket. Same thing with Dylan Dunn. He's only got 4, but he's been in the right place at the right time. Just can't get some of those shots to fall. Kate Holmes has been hot from the field. He's got 8 to lead all Timberwolves scores. Kate Holmes, 6'3" senior, using that big size, that big frame of his, to do some damage inside. As I mentioned earlier, the Ravens, a little bit small in stature. They're starting, and they're really their top 8. Tallest player playing tonight is 6'2", and that's Merrick Greinert. On the other side, you got Dylan Dunn, 6'5". Got Kate Holmes, 6'3". Cooper Reeves on the roster at 6'3". Tell you what, folks, if you like post play, you want to stick around for game number 2. Shawnee Mission North, the Bison. They have a roster loaded with players over 6'5". Makes me a little bit jealous. Well, we are underway in quarter number 3. And Dylan Dunn, I think he got the message at halftime. Coach says, hey, use that frame, dribble drive, make your own shot, penetrate, see what's there. He does just that, and he picks up a foul. Or I should say, draws the foul on Merrick Greinert. Dunn cannot make the first of 2. He'll have another chance. That one off the front iron, not going to go. Here come the Ravens. Looks like Logan Burnett is giving the signal that, hey, we want to kind of pick up the tempo here a little bit. Greinert works it around the wing. That's Popick. Can't get that one to go. Here come the T-Wolves the other way. There's Emmett Peters. Back up top, almost an NBA plus 3 by Jackson Bozinski. Good ball movement. Love to see that. Nice underneath. Can't get that one to go. So many times tonight, the T-Wolves have had really both teams have had opportunities on the baseline, just like that one, but they cannot get it to go. That's some invisible lids on both ends of the court tonight. But both of these squads, a little bit sloppy at times. Other times you think, hey, are we in like game 15, 16 of the season? Can tell that all these young student athletes have certainly played a lot of ball together. Timberwolves faithful here on the near side. Wanted a little bit of a travel, but I don't think that happened. Neither did the officials. Greinert, there's a hanger, but he sticks around. He hangs around, and that kind of hangs off the front iron again. But guess who's underneath? Gavin Popick. Gavin Popick, he's got 9 so far. His first bucket of the second half makes it 30-27, 6-12, 6-11. Left to play in quarter number 3. Here's Buzinski. Gets it over to, Everhard. Lost the handle on it, did the T-Wolves. Gives the Ravens a chance to whittle away on that 3-point advantage by Southwest. Kind of walking and talking as he comes up the court is Logan Burnett. Gets it to Greinert. Little give and go. Looks like they've kind of found a little bit of a weakness. Have the Ravens here in quarter number 2. Always like to see the adjustments that both coaching staffs make at halftime. Good ball movement off the back iron. The heel of the rim has not been kind to either team. Long 3, Mick again finding that same spot, different rim. Here comes Popick, waiting for his teammates. He's got a good first step, gets it back to Burnett. Says, you know what, I'm going to do it myself. Up and off the glass, Logan Burnett, he's got 7. 30-29, favor of the green team. Green with the basket that does not go. And that's Eli Mick. Going for the rebound, might have stuck around just a skosh too long. It's going to be his second foul of this contest. Only one team foul on either squad here in quarter number 3 in the second half. Here's Alex Parks. Ravens certainly have to be wherever he is. Look at Parks, he's going to pick him up at half court. He's saying, let's go. Come at me a little bit. Logan Burnett's going to try. Waits for a screen. Parks is right there, rolls off, got the switch. Greinert. Can't get it to go, T-Wolves. Dylan Dunn showing his handles like we see on the gridiron. That one is a little bit loose. Parks had the right idea. He saw Kate Holmes wide open on the right wing, on the near side, if you will. But good defense to kind of slow down that momentum. Coming back in is number 24, Amari Johnson. He's going to give Big 12, that is Merrick Greinert, a little bit of a respite with 4:40 left here in quarter number 3. Beautiful look inside, and Dylan Dunn. Dylan Dunn, I saw him coming out after halftime. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a $20 bill, tried to give it to the ref to buy a shot. The ref said, no, we're not going to have that tonight. Of course, I joke, but he cannot buy a basket. Again, these baskets have been great looks. And Coach R.J. Palmgren says, hey, I've got a couple of timeouts. Reaches into his pocket, charges one, 4:19 after a 6-0 run to start quarter number 3 by the Ravens, who have now taken a 1-point advantage, 31-30. You're watching it live on 810 Varsity and the NFHS Network. We'll be right back.
Jack's that carryout comes in clutch.
.416 left in quarter number 3. Here's Parks and the T-Wolves trying to retake the lead. So far here in quarter number 3, it has been all Ravens. Ravens have the hot hand, coming out just a little more aggressive on defense. Forcing a bad shot. Here they come again to the Ravens. Caden Campbell hands it off up top to Popick. Popick in his green shoes. Always see where he is on the court. Left wing, no good for Burnett. Nice look. Here's Parks. Beautiful pass ahead. Up and off the glass, and it still will not fall. This time, Kate Holmes. Hands on the hips, a little bit frustrated. Can't quite get some of those to go. Kate Holmes at the line. He's going to be shooting a couple. First one is good. And at the 3:42 mark left in the third quarter, that is the first point of the second half for the T-Wolves to tie it up at 31. Holmes had 8 first half points to lead all scorers for Southwest. Number 2, up and through. 32-31, T-Wolves take back the lead. Gerald Jean's going to walk it up. Maybe it's the shoes that make his legs look so long. But I got to think. Now, I'm no expert on, what would that be? Maybe like anatomy? But when you see, it's sort of like when you see a dog that has huge paws that you just know that they're going to be a big dog. Darren Kelo looks at me with kind of a disgruntled look like, what are you talking about, Sean? But back to the game. Speaking of Daryl Jean and those 6-foot legs, Maury Johnson, he's got a great first step, gives it up, going to go inside to Jane, and from the free throw line, can't get it to go. T-Wolves coming back the other way. Jackson Reddy, look at that, breaking ankles. Reddy down low, gets it to Parks from the corner. One of the toughest spots to hit a basket on the floor. Either side of the free throw line. Little turn around by Logan Burnett. Not second of it. And again, right at that high post with the elbow. And they lost it. Here comes Joshua Otterbaum, who had some great, very valuable minutes for the T-Wolves in half number 1. Back into the game, looking to have a repeat. How about that hustle? Hats off to you, Gavin Popick. Despite what happened on that play again. E for effort. Trying to do his best Alex Parks impression. Ooh, that was a nice drive. Make your own shot, young man. Joshua Otterbaum. It's his first bucket of the game. Makes it 34-31. David Gonzalez says, you know, I got a couple of timeouts. I might as well use them. You can't take them with you. We're going to take a quick little break. 34-31 in favor of the T-Wolves. You're watching it live only on 810 Varsity and NFHS Network. We will be right back.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure produce meets our standards for feeding your family. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
and welcome back here to DeSoto. 34-31, 1 point advantage for the Timberwolves. Only 4 third quarter points scored by Southwest. Here's Northwest from Olathe with the ball. There's Quentin Lewis. Try to get that one inside. No go. Come back, he says, and they do have it. You almost saw that coming. Mason Schlitterhard loses the handle. It's just a melee out of the court. Little Euro step into the lane. Can't get it to go. This is like good old street ball. Out on the asphalt. And again, neither team. The Ravens out of Northwest, they were responsible for 8 third quarter points. As I mentioned earlier, only 4 for the T-Wolves. Not for a lack of effort and a lack of try, and not for a lack of good shots. Those shots later in the season are going to fall. This is one of those, this is a great tournament for all the teams involved. Playing against great competition gives them an opportunity to kind of see where they are, what they need to be focusing on their own time and in practice collectively. 7:02 left in regulation, 34-33. Favor the Timberwolves. We'll be right back here on the NFHS Network at 810varsity.com. Oh, 0.
Jack's that carryout comes in clutch.
So we got a 20-second delay about. Less than a minute into quarter number 4, 34-33 in favor of Blue Valley Southwest. Here's Amare Johnson. Hands it off to Campbell on the left wing. Walks it back up top. Logan Burnett decides he's going to let it go. He had an opportunity. Thought better of it, probably wisely so. Corner shot. Can't get it to go, a little bit too shy. Coming back the other way, and this, tell you what, again, this has the feel of some sort of a postseason game. Win in advance, lose and go home, the way that both of these squads are fighting for every loose ball. You love to see that. Technically sound. Very fundamentally proficient are both of these squads. Up by 1, Timberwolves looking to make it a little bit more, have an opportunity. A little bit shy. Ravens wanting to reclaim the lead. Burnett going to walk it back up top. He's got Everhard right behind him. Here's Johnson sizing up the defense. Calling for a little bit of help from Burnett. Burnett, like he's done so many times, tries to make the shot. But probably more importantly right now, for the Ravens, he draws the foul. He's going to be at the stripe shooting 2. 34-33. Less than 6 to play in regulation. No surprise here. Circles the drain, doesn't go down. Shot number 2. Suffers the same fate, as have most of these baskets here in the second half. 5.5 to play in quarter number 4, 34-33. For the last 2.5 minutes, there have been no points scored. A defensive slugfest, you could say, but quite frankly, it's just a matter of a lot of these shots being just a little bit off the mark. Said it many times, they've had really solid looks at the basket, but cannot finish it off. We'll see if Burnett can on this trip down the floor. Guess who is underneath? That's Gavin Popick. And Popick now with 4 second-half points. He's got 11 to lead all Raven scores. And the Ravens now reclaim the lead, 35-34. There's going to be a foul. I think it's going to be Caden Campbell. I think he reached in just a little bit. Got a little too handsy. Dylan Dunn hands it off. Like a little option pitch. Here's Popick. He has options underneath, up off the glass, and Griner can't get it to go. What are they going to have to do? We're going to have to get a ladder up here the next time out to see exactly. Now, that one was just way off. And I think you see the frustration on Dylan Dunn's face, and the crowd's going to let him hear it. But, I mean, that's it. I mean, you're not going to make any of the shots you don't take. They say that the best way to get out of a slump is to shoot more. Once you get one, try to get two in a row. Bozinski gets it to Everhard. Trying to get it up here, and there's that's Mason Schlitterhard. That is his third foul. This stage of the game, not really in foul trouble, but certainly has to be a little cautious with Reed as Mason. T-Wolves down by one. Less than 4.5 to play in quarter number 4. Does that one go? It does not. Three and a half minutes with no points. 3.5, I beg your pardon, since, I mean, really, the beginning of the fourth quarter, there's only been 2 points scored. Will it be 3 here? Everhard says yes. How about that? Bringing some of the fans and the stands to their feet. We are all tied up here at 35. Everhard looks to make it 2 in a row. Off the front iron, a little bit shy. Still tied up at 35. Burnett and the Ravens bringing it up. Just over 4 to play in regulation. Logan Burnett has been outstanding taking care of the ball. Tries to get it inside. Now there's a great look. High percentage shot by Merrick Greinert. But Mari Johnson should get a lot of that credit too. But guess what? How about Cade Holmes? Cade Holmes. He's got 13. Cade Holmes leading all scores here tonight. The 6'3" senior for the T-Wolves. Having a little coming out party. Coming into the game, you think, well, it's going to be Jackson Bazinski. He's going to score a bazillion. He had 31 on Tuesday. He's only got 3, but his presence has been felt in so many other ways. Fourth foul. Fourth foul on Everhard. The 3:35 mark left at regulation. See if Coach Palmgren decides to set him for just a little while. You'd think that they might want his defensive aggression. The final moments of this contest. But here's Popick. And he makes it. Makes it 39-38. Ravens back up by 1. 3.5 to play. Walking it up is Bonzinski. Hands it off to Tate Everhard. Tate with his 4 fouls says, I'm going to go ahead and drive. Those 4 don't scare me. I'm going to get 2 out of the deal. Off the glass, beautiful shots, and the T-Wolves up by 1. Pie time. Here in quarter number 4, 3:14 left to go. Caden Campbell working against the T-Wolf defense. How about Bonzinski? Jackson Bozinski. He's got 5. 2:55, 2:54 left in this one. 42-39. 3-point spread for the T-Wolves. Nice screen. Merrick Greinert. There's Logan Burnett. I guess who's right underneath there for the second trip in a row. That's Merrick Greinert. What a gutty player he is. Kind of reminds me player for DeSoto last year, Charlie Oblin. One of the hot prospects on the gridiron this year. And next, I think he's only a junior, plays for the Wildcats here at DeSoto. Greinert, a little bit flat. Is that the nice way? Darren looks at me like, yeah, it was a little bit flat. I think he wanted me to use some other adjectives, but look, Greinert's had himself a heck of a game. He makes 1 of 2, and he makes it a 2-point advantage for the T-Wolves. 2.5 to play here at DeSoto. 42-30, or excuse me, 42-40. Blue Valley Southwest up by 2. We'll be right back here on the NFHS Network and A10varsity.com. And welcome back, folks, to the Hardwood Classic semifinal number 1. As a reminder, we have one more to go tonight that'll probably tip off around, we'll call it around 8:10, 8:15, depending on whether or not this one goes extra time or bonus time. 42-40 right now. Timberwolves have a chance to increase that 2-point margin, and that would certainly feel good if you're a Timberwolf fan. There's Everhard, almost lost the handle. Gets it to Bonzinski. He's got a great first step. He loses it. Here's Mason Schlitterhart. He wants to take it all of himself off the glass and in. Mason Schlitterhart. No 2 bigger points in this contest for that young man than those 2. Ties it back up at 42. Just over 2 to play in regulation. Tate Everhart. Top of the key. Gets it to Parks. Parks kind of parked it back on the right wing. Thought about popping it. There's Dylan Dunn, and that's a great play. That's a heady play by the senior. He saw that Mary Greinert was a little bit off balance, and he took advantage of that. That momentum said, hey, I know that I can get a foul called on you. Kind of dribble your way. That he does. And no surprise, missing from the stripe. And again, both of these teams have had sort of the same bad luck. But how about that? And again, that's something that can, boy, that's got to be, yeah, it's going to have to go the way. That's just a tough play. That's Dylan Dunn, big number 1-3 underneath, trying to make something happen for his teammates. See, they're having a little discussion at the free throw line. After all of that, I can tell you that Mason Schlitterhart's going to inbound it. Here comes Logan Burnett. Game tied up at 42, less than 2 to play in regulation. Kicks it out right side. There's Poppy, can't get it to go, but a huge offensive rebound by Logan Burnett. There's Greinert down in the short corner. Gets it right over to Parks, who's going to push it back the other way. Alex Parks steps in front of it like he did so many times on the gridiron. Parks with the interception. Baseline to Dunn, thought better of it, kicks it back up top. Again, a little bit off the mark, but an offensive rebound coming the way of the T-Wolves. Here's Jackson Bonzinski. I think the Ravens wanted to travel on that one, not going to get it. That one's going to be too short. Not sure who they're going to get the foul on. It's only going to be the first foul. First foul, Logan Burnett. Back to the stripe again. Tate Everhart, he's got 4 fouls. Looking to pick up 2 big points right here. Doing a little bit of quick math, which, ask my banker, I'm not really great at, but I can tell you this, that they are collectively, both of these squads are, if I'm not mistaken, shooting around 15% from the field. This isn't going to be indicative of how they're going to play for the rest of the year, because both of these squads are loaded with talent, a lot of great leadership, some senior leadership on both benches. We're going to see that come into play for the last 56.5 seconds here in regulation. We'll see whether or not we're going to have a little bit of bonus time. Going to take a quick break live on the A10 Varsity and NFHS Network. Be right back.
Jack stack carryout comes in clutch.
Oh, yes, it's all tied up at 42. Less than a minute to play in regulation. Everything that we thought this game would be and a little bit more. I asked my great cameraman up high atop, I guess, the platform here at DeSoto High's main gym. A couple of USD 232 students helping us out with the broadcast. Really, it's me helping them, because they're the ones that are kind of running the show, and it's always a great honor to be over here and do these broadcasts with a lot of student involvement. We got a couple of the top students in the district right here. But Darren, and now why are you looking at me like that? Darren looks at me like, what are you talking about? Hey, that one got away. That one's going to be up and in. Jackson Bodzinski takes advantage of an early miscue. 44 seconds left in regulation. Biggest shot of the game by Bodzinski. Puts him up by 2. I say after that deflection, that's going to stay the way of the Ravens. 44-42, 38 and a half to play. Ravens looking to inbound. Not a lot of movement yet. Going to get it to Griner. That almost found the waiting hands of Dylan Dunn. Here's number 10. That's Popick. Pops it up. Draws the foul and 1. Gavin Popick, have yourself a game, young man. He is going to be at the stripe trying to get 3 the old-fashioned way, and more importantly for his team, trying to put the Ravens up by 1 with less than 30 to play in regulation. Certainly wouldn't be mad if we get bonus time here, the way these two teams are playing. A lot of gut and a lot of grit. And just like that, Gavin Popick puts his Ravens up by 1, 25-24, bringing it up at half court, being pressured by Caden Campbell. Is Jackson Bodzinski. He lost the handle, trying to get it to Parks. Well, there's going to be some people that disagree with that call. As you can see, the back of a lot of their heads right now. And this is exactly the right thing to do as an official myself. When you see a call that you think might and should go the other way, that's what you do. You bring your crew together. You talk about it. They got it right, if I may say so. At least that's what it looked like up here. And we got some, well, I'm not even going to say how old they are, but I would assume they're older than I'm just going to shut it up right there and tell you about the kind of little game recap. It's been back and forth. Neither team throughout this entire contest has had more than a 7-point spread. Right now, the spread is 1, and it's the Ravens who are up by 1, 45-44. It's 7:55 right here in beautiful DeSoto, Kansas. It's 58 degrees outside, but friends, I'm not sure how hot it is in here, but it is definitely heating up. You see both of the teams for the next game. As a reminder, semifinal game number 2 between the Bison out of Shawnee Mission North and the Wildcats, DeSoto High. That game will take place roughly 10 to 15 minutes immediately following the conclusion of this one. With a 1-point advantage and the ball, the Ravens have some options. You would expect, 16 seconds left. I'm going to foul as soon as I can, or at least I'm going to go. Now, there's 5 team fouls for both of these squads. Greinert, the big 6'2" quarterback, is going to throw it in. And they've got a play designed just for this. They can waste. And there's a good, quick foul. That's exactly what you wanted to do if you were the Timberwolves. I think that was Cade Holmes. Well, we have a 1-on-1 situation. So look at 5 fouls on the scoreboard, but that matters not. What does matter? Well, this is okay. All right. I can tell you that despite what it says on the scoreboard, although you can't see that at home, and that's probably a good thing, but just take my word for it. We're in the double bonus right now with 15.2 seconds left. Second shot, Rins in and out. Fortuitous roll for the T-Wolves. 10 seconds left. 1-point advantage for the Ravens. Little Euro step, and it goes in. Quick timeout being called, trying to be called. And that, I wonder if they might try to put a couple of seconds back onto the clock. Maybe 2 or 3. Because Coach David Gonzalez was doing everything that he could to get the attention of the officiating crew. And I think they're going to give him a couple extra seconds. Not just one of those positional type of things. You know, you can't, as an official, you can't see everything that's going on in the court at the same time. But what we can tell you right now is that with 46 points, Blue Valley Southwest is less than, about 5 seconds away, depending on how much time they put back on the clock, 5 or 6 presumably, from notching another win in the win column this year and punching their ticket to the championship game tomorrow. But the Ravens, you can see on the far side, the Ravens are sporting the 181 on the back of their warm-ups. And I asked him before, I said, what is 181? 181 what? 181 pounds? He said, no. It's how many miles it is. How many miles it is to Wichita from Olathe, Northwest? 181. You say, well, so what? Wichita, 181 miles. What does that mean? The 6A state championship is going to be held in March, which, incidentally, you'll be able to watch right here on the NFHS network. 46-45, 5 seconds even to go. Here comes Campbell. He's in a hurry. He's got time. Puts it up. No foul called. And that's going to do it. And Coach Gonzalez cannot believe it. Coach Gonzalez, his hands are up, and so are the Raven players. They certainly respectfully don't agree with that. Neither do the fans that are on the near side here right in front of us. Made the trip from Olathe Northwest. But it matters not. What does matter is the final score. 46-45 in favor of Blue Valley Southwest. Blue Valley Southwest will advance to the championship game to take place Saturday, right here in DeSoto. I believe that's set for a 5 p.m. tip-off, and you'll be able to watch that on 810 Varsity as well as the NFHS Network. Right now, we're going to step aside and get ready. We're going to reset things and be right back. If game number 2 tonight's anything like game number 1, woo-wee. Going to sleep good tonight. That's all I can say. So stick around for game number 2. If you're watching on the NFHS Network, you'll need to kind of reset and go back in and find the other game. If you're watching right here on YouTube on 810 Varsity, I think you'll be able to just kind of hang around. But nonetheless, that's going to do it for game number 1. Once again, 1-point win for Blue Valley Southwest, 46-45. Semifinal action of the Hardwood Classic. Beautiful DeSoto. Be back for game number 2 shortly.